Somebody needs to clear this trail. There's trees all over it.
This trail's terrible.
This trail is terrible.
We can go back where we came.
Yeah, we need to go back on that creek bed. Oh, yeah. It's much better.
There weren't a bunch of trees in the middle of that trail.
No, there was no trees in the middle of that trail. Much better than this.
Yeah, I was wondering about the moto vloggers, like if anything will ever come of this massive archive of the adventures that we have.
Of footage?
Yeah.
You could make a show out of it.
I know you could. I think like sooner or later somebody will, right? Like
yeah.
That's just kind of what history has proven. Like a long time ago people had diaries, and you know now we know all this really cool stuff because the founding fathers and other historical figures kept diaries.
Right.
Right? And otherwise we'd have like really no feel for what their personalities were like.
Yeah.
So you know,
yeah, no, that's true.
And then after that, like people used to write letters when there was a postal system. People would write letters back and forth, and so that became kind of a historical record. Yeah,
there's not much of that anymore.
No, not anymore. But I just think like maybe the internet's kind of like bringing us back around to the way things used to be. Because when radio and television came out, all of a sudden the communication became one-directional,
right,
and very proprietary. And only people who had control over radio and television were creating the archives.
Right.
And now everybody can make a video and put it on the internet, so maybe we're back to getting back to a time when a primary source of communication can be used for individuals to archive their lives again.
I think that's what we're doing. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, I feel like we are kind of are making our own television. I feel like a lot of people that make motovlogs and that watch motovlogs have already abandoned the TV idea. Like they didn't like it, or maybe they didn't want to pay for it anymore, because that's one of the situations I was in. I didn't want to pay for TV anymore, and then I found all you guys, and I realized I was watching you guys more than I was watching TV.
Right.
So aside from the 3 or 4 shows that I follow on a regular basis, maybe a few more, but just for conversation's sake, I got rid of TV.
Right.
There was absolutely no point for me to be paying, $100-something a month for something that I could care less about.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I hadn't had any kind of cable service in a real long time, and when I did, it was one directional. Like I'd be a fan of somebody on the TV, but there's no chance of me ever like interacting with them. Yeah. Yeah,
definitely.
Like I've watched probably about as much Katy Perry as I've watched CDS Feller, but I don't see Katy Perry out here hanging out with me.
Why are you watching Katy Perry, Hermit?
You don't like Katy Perry?
Not a big fan. I mean, she can sing. I didn't realize you were such a Katy Perry fan.
Oh yeah, Katy Perry's awesome.
Don't tell Miss Stacy that.
She doesn't like Katy Perry?
She's not a Katy Perry fan.
Really?
Yeah, she thinks she sings funny.
She thinks she sings funny?
Yeah.
No.
She says she's got a weird vibrato.
I think she's a firework.
I disagree. I think she can sing pretty well.
Yeah.
Just not my style of music. Oh, that's a nice little...
Yeah, I don't really have a style of music. I favor bluegrass a little bit.
Yeah.
But I really, for some reason, latch on to good singer-songwriters.
Okay.
And if somebody can write a #1 hit, then that's really interesting to me. So, like the Beatles and Eric Clapton, folks like that. Elton John. And, Katy Perry, she had an album that had 5 #1 hits on it that she wrote, and only one other person's done that, and that's Michael Jackson.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so, I gotta give her props for that, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And she's, pretty adorable looking, and she's got some good pops.
It's true. All right, I'll give you that one.
All right.
Oh, I can't believe you're sitting for that.